Good morning with HeKate's Crossing. Today's book review, okay, it's about any sort of encyclopedia of fortune telling, prediction books, anything that sort of has a variety of tools that you can learn and develop within yourself. This one here, the Ultimate Encyclopedia of Fortune Telling by Michael Johnston. It's got Western astrology, Chinese astrology, the I Ching, tarot cards, palmistry, crystal ball, or could be any sort of scrying if you like, numerology, and reading tea leaves. This is a really good little book for learning some of the tarot keywords, understanding a little bit about the I Ching and different sort of playing cards. Now, the reason why I sort of like this book is one method for reading, just to get it out there a little bit, about playing cards. Okay, any set of ordinary playing cards will do. It can be any sort of type of playing cards. This one here is a little bit different in that it's black instead of the normal white, and you've got the clubs is green, diamonds are actually blue, hearts are sort of a reddish orange, and spades are a sort of a blacky, a silvery colour, silver colour. So that's one sort of tool that you can use when you have a book like this. It sort of helps you to sort of learn and study different aspects of different cards, which is really cool. This is a cute little deck, little casino poker set. So I just keep that into a little thing. So that's one thing you can have a look at in the book. The other thing is, of course, is tarot. Whether it's a Rider-Waite or something similar, with assorted images. This is very light tarot. So anything like that you can sort of go through and you can learn the meanings. But also might help you if you've got a Divination and you want sort of the basic keywords and a little bit of the basic understanding of some of the meanings of some of the cards if you wish to read that way. It's one possibility. Even though they're normally Rider-Waite Smith sort of type meanings, you can sort of look at it if you want to with the Tarot de Marseille or the whatever tarot deck you've got with you. That's one possibility. Now, the other thing we talked about with this book is the crystal ball. Now, I actually don't have a crystal ball as such. I've got plenty of crystals that I could use for scrying instead. Or the other thing you can use is a black mirror. Now, I've got to get this actually fixed. But this here, see how it's sort of slightly black in the thing. I've just used a pen at the moment. I can go through and put some proper paint and stuff. This is just a sort of a bit of a thing to try for today. And it's just about closing your eyes, taking a deep breath, and just open your eyes slightly and look at some of the images that you're getting through. I'm getting a lot about soaring high. There's like a bird flying through. There's a sense of height within everything. It's not about being low on the ground, but being very high and very free, allowing yourself to go through some changes, some transformations. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot of, when I look in the mirror, I'm feeling this sense. I mean, everybody will see or feel or hear something different. They'll use the different senses. For me, a lot of it is about a sense of feeling, seeing the odd little image flash by. Like at the moment, it's sort of like a sense of a I just get lots of birds flying, and there's a lot of magic, there's a lot of light going through. It's beautiful, it's very peaceful. I feel like there's a lot of peace, there's blue skies, not a lot of cloud. It's just absolutely stunning day. So I feel like there's a lot of freedom, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, a lot of peace. Take a deep breath, let it go. Whoa. And the other thing we do, I love, is tea leaf. Now, I don't know if you can see, oh yes, you might be able to see. Down there is a little heart. So, should we have a look in the book and see what the heart actually means? I have no idea. I haven't had a look yet. I want to do it with you, so let's have a look. We're just going to go under H for heart. I'm sure there must be a heart here. Hearts. Whisper that a new friendship is around the corner. Indeed, it could already have presented itself. Well, it might have been the girl yesterday that I was talking to. And it could be one that might lead, or it could be someone that lead to romance, and who knows, marriage. Hearts also indicate that a family situation is developing that will need to be handled with tremendous tact and sensitivity. It is not to end in a rift. How interesting. So there we are. A little idea of what you can do when you have a book. And I totally recommend that you get a book similar that has a variety of different tools that you can use for learning. This has got so much really cool. You've got to look at numerology. You look at your birth date. For me, I born in March, so which is the 3rd month. Okay, and I am 11th of March, 1969, so that breaks down to a 3. Okay, so the 3 is a mystical number in many cultures as witnessed by the Holy Trinity of Christian faith. Chinese philosophers believe that 3 was a number from which creatures that embrace the yin and yang were created. People whose birth number is 3 are usually uncommonly intelligent and wise. They love life and have a strong sense of the sensual. A solid physique of youth can easily give over to fat in middle age. Ooh, today if care is not taken. 3s have outgoing personalities and share a dislike of their own company. They often have psychic abilities and love acquiring knowledge. Now, that's a bit, I do like my own solitude in lots of ways, but I also love being with those of like mind. I love sharing. I can talk for hours with somebody who's similar in nature, who loves anything spiritual. I can talk for hours with those sort of people. So it's interesting. It really is interesting. I mean, you can do it with your name. Your star sign is Pisces. I'm a Pisces. My ruling planet in this book is Jupiter. And number 3. Interesting. So, I mean, there's lots of ways to look into it. Here you've got the I Ching, which is a different thing altogether, which you can learn how to create the hexagrams with the coins, which I'm so funny. I would love to get. I did have a set. Oh, there you've got your Chinese zodiacs. Now, I'm a rooster. So a rooster is a natural leader. The rooster is alert to new opportunities and usually the first to see a problem looming on the horizon. Others often see the rooster as overconfident, cocksure, forever crowing about their own achievements, abrasive and overcompetitive, and they're right. But the rooster couldn't give a hoot. Sight set, the rooster will get there. That's interesting, isn't it? How is a minor consideration? And here is a seeming contradiction, for although in business they are hard taskmen, they are often selfless employers who seem to have the best interests of the employees at heart. Don't be fooled. It's odd on the rooster started the business and is acting out of pure selfishness. Watch a rooster in the coop, see how he confidently struts among the chickens, enjoying their admiration. Ooh, that's a bit, oof. So they say the good-natured pig's a good match, but as usual, the mention of the moon influence things. Roosters born during the first moon tend to be less aggressive, more willing to listen, and others approve. Second moon roosters are often tempted. Not sure about the moon phases, so that's something I might have to look into. So interesting as it goes through and looks at that aspect as well. Oh, here you can calculate your moon month. That's interesting. charts of the year. So these sort of books are really good. Crystals, a little bit of information about crystals. So we've got agate, success. So it's quite good if you want to do a definition with your crystals. So agate, success in worldly matters. Amethyst, shifts in consciousness and life changes. Your black agate, red agate. Aventurine, growth and expansion. Blue lace agate, a need for healing. Citrine is a wisdom in celestial matters. Diamond, permanence. Emerald, fertility. Jade, immortality and perfection. Red jasper, worldly affairs. Lapis lazuli, favoured by the divine, should I say? Favoured by the divine. Clear quartz, self-healing and love. Ruby, passion and power. Sapphire, chastity and truth. Snowflake, obsidian, closure of challenging time. Tiger's eye, the need to look beneath the surface. White quartz is a change of profound nature. And unikite is integration and composure. So you could do a little bag with your crystals in it and get people to choose on a crystal. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Then you've got, like I said, you've got your, in the tea leaves, A to Z of shapes, which is quite interesting. And then for the cards, you've got like spades. Perhaps the most challenging of the four suits. Spades are associated with older people and with aging in general. The suit is connected to didactic, formal and traditional, to coping with challenges, especially those that can be seen as limiting in some way to justice. So the aces presages that a difficult time, perhaps involving some sort of sadness, is coming to an end, and that a new day dawns as new challenges open new doors. The card also predicts an appreciation of a new form of learning. There is a bad side to this card, though, for it can foretell misfortune and malice. One well-known sage believes that when the ace of spades is facing up, news of a birth is in the offering, and conversely, when facing down there's the death in the year. So, I mean, this is one meanings of the cards. I mean, these are not the only meanings, like a cups, to do with love, pleasure, sensitivity, and fertility. Ace of Cups is things on the domestic front are about to change for the better and may involve the move to a new home. Someone new may enter your life, and the attraction you feel for them will be intense. I mean, that's one meaning of the Ace of Cups. I mean, these cards are great. These books are great for learning when you're just starting out. A little bit about the different types of definition, like dendromancy. Have you heard of dendromancy? Wood is the key to this method of definition, in this case either oak or mistletoe. The former was sacred to the god of thunder, that was Divination, because it was thought to be most likely tree in the forest be struck by lightning, and was therefore a conduit to him and thence to others in the pantheon. Mistletoe was held in great veneration by the Druids, and later was thought to be the wood from which Christ's cross was made. Oh, I see. Daphnomancy is burning laurel branches on an open fire, interpreting the resulting crackling that fills the air. Laurel is a wood that was sacred to the ancient Greeks, who believed that communicated the spirit of prophecy. Interesting. And dactylomancy is a branch of radiesthesia that uses a ring suspended on a piece of string or specially consecrated cord to peer through the mists of time to come. Wow, there's so much interesting information. Geloscopy, the curious way of definition, uses the tone of laughter as a way to find out what is about to happen to whoever is amused. Wow! I mean, that is so interesting. So these are the sort of things that you can pick up when you pick up a book. I got this from secondhand bookshop, which is the ultimate encyclopedia of fortune telling. Of course, you can look on Amazon and Barnes and Barnes and whatever you've got in the States. I mean, we're in New Zealand, so it's completely different. We don't have that here. We have Whitcoulls and Paper Plus. Not that they have a lot of that sort of stuff. More likely maybe the Warehouse, maybe occasionally we can pick up bits and pieces. But secondhand bookshops, great for picking up some little treasures. So there we are. A little bit of an introduction to another book review. Take care and blessed be with HeKate's Crossing.